Hi, I'm Zhimei. Here I'm going to talk about engagement project in tutorial charity organization that I have joined for this semester. This organization is called Student for Student, which is a educational charity organization that means to help local primary school or middle school pupils with their English or math abilities. Here we have one-to-one tuition and tutorials from these university students, for example, like Oxford, Brookes, and also other schools in London. And particularly for me, over the training days for each week, the largest progress that I have made is that I've successfully made a friend with a girl from Singapore. I went out with her for several dinners, and once I took her to Chinese restaurant, and she is really happy with the Chinese food over there, and also she is very interested in Chinese culture, so I'm very happy with this. And also I've added several other girls Instagram, and we chat over the social media frequently about how to tutor children and also the experience we had so far. And what I found interestingly enough is that this group is mainly female dominant, so there are only two or three guys inside of the group. I thought maybe it is because maybe girls are more providing more cares to children and also are having more patience um, while working with children. On the other side, all of us need to um, complete the DBS before we actually taught these children. So DBS is the disclosure and bearing service for avoiding dangerous or providing safety for children and concerns for them. It is actually surprising for me because in the UK they care a lot of about the safety problem for children. And if you are not, if you do something harmful to children, you are not allowed to work with children anymore. And also on the other side, we have social events um, like pub or cocktail night, and I went all of them as much as possible. And I found it very struggle for me because it is really hard to just have alcohol and talk randomly with others that I might not really know. And also, it is very hard to move on the conversation um, other than the other than the conversations like asking where you're from, what you study. So it is very a big challenge for me. But however, I did make the friend from the Singapore, so I'm very happy that I grown up a little bit from this experience. And also, I think I step out more and step out of my comfort zone through making friends because it is actually not that hard to step out and start talking with others. And on the other side, during the tutorial with the little girl that I have as tutorees, she is from Syria, and actually she is not really grown up in the UK, and she went to UK for 3 years ago. So actually, learning English is a big challenge for her, and she also found it to be really difficult for her to integrate with the schools and other pupils. So, because of the policy, we do not allow to take picture with the pupils. So I just put several picture of the math problems we've done, and also the vocabulary learning and her homework. She is really nice, and her family is also really nice to me. And through the process, I realized how she's struggling through her process inside of the school, and she kept talking about how she is quite lonely in the school, even though she have friends that also are immigrants here who have also difficulties with English. So I really found it to be surprising for me that even though the school provide EAL program, which is meant to help English as second language learner to help with their English abilities, I think it is still not really good for them to provide a better chance for them to get friends. So I thought it to be very surprising, and I've learned a lot with her through the experience during the tutorial about the British educational system, and I found that it is quite different from Chinese system that they are not having a lot of homework, and actually the school is much more um, biased to having children to have more creative side rather than practice, for example, like problem sets in China. So I found these differences, and overall, I think I've had a good time with my friends inside of the group and also my tutees. Um, and I've learned that actually it is not that hard to step out, and I can actually provide more cares to children and also change their condition to a better level. And that's it. Thank you for listening.